Cody Brown's apology tour rolls on, this time facing off with Christine Brown and her husband. Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing well by God's grace. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any updates. In the latest from Sister Wives Season 20, Cody's much talked about apology tour hits its second stop, a tense but surprisingly civil meeting with his ex-wife Christine Brown Woolley and her husband David Woolley. This encounter, featured in the December 14th, 2025 episode, takes place in Nevada and adds a new layer of complexity, with David now part of the conversation. Cody, 56, launched this apology tour after taking a hard look at the fallout from his plural family's unraveling. It began in North Carolina with Janelle Brown, where he openly admitted to being a jerk during their breakup and expressed regret for letting anger take control. Now, facing Christine, the first wife to leave him in 2021, after 25 years of spiritual marriage, Cody hopes to make amends for how their relationship ended. At a quiet restaurant, he tells Christine, "For how we broke up, for how it all went down, I want to apologize for being angry about it. I want to apologize for the struggles." He also makes a point of recognizing the good times they shared, hoping his words can offer some healing. Christine, 53, who shares 6 children with Cody, was initially hesitant to meet him. She brought David along for support, making it clear he wouldn't tolerate any aggression from Cody. To everyone's surprise, the meeting goes more smoothly than expected. Christine responds calmly, "Apologies are nice, but I'm saying it's okay," signaling that she's moved on. Cody even brings David into the conversation with a bit of humor. "If I wouldn't have messed it up, then you wouldn't have what you have with David. Later, you might want to punch me. Right now, you probably still really appreciate it." David keeps his cool, showing empathy. "When I talk to Christine about you, I see it from a guy's point of view. I get where you're coming from in a lot of ways." Cody clearly appreciates that gesture of grace. Teasers from the episode hint at some unexpected bonding between Cody and David, including a day of racing cars together, a rare moment of male camaraderie amid the family drama. Christine's episodes on December 14th and 21st highlight the emotional weight of this leg of the tour, before Cody moves on to his final stop with Mary Brown in Utah on December 28th. Fans are divided. Some see Cody's efforts as genuine growth, while others think it's too little, too late, or just scripted drama. Either way, this meeting stands out as a rare moment of civility in the Brown family's ongoing story of separation and healing. Fast forward to the emotional Utah finale, Cody wraps up his apology tour with Mary Brown, 54, in a tear-filled 3-hour sit-down at a quiet restaurant in Provo. After 32 years of spiritual marriage, peacefully divorced in 2014 but spiritually tied until January 2023, Cody finally delivers the apology fans have long awaited, ever since Mary's 2015 catfishing scandal and the infamous 2022 moment when he melted down their wedding ring to make jewelry for Robyn. The episode, The Final Apology, opens with a visibly nervous Cody in the car with Robyn, 47, admitting, "Mary is the one I've hurt the deepest. I've been cruel. I've been dismissive. I owe her the truth." Robyn, who quietly supported the tour despite often being blamed for the family's collapse, reminds him, "Just be honest. That's all any of them ever wanted from you." When Mary finally arrives, the tension in the room is almost tangible. Cameras quietly capture the first private conversation between the former couple in over 2 years. Cody doesn't waste a second. "Mary, I have to start with the hardest thing," he says, his voice tight. I'm sorry for the years I made you feel unwanted. For telling you I didn't love you anymore. For saying our marriage was dead when you were still fighting for it. I was cruel. I said things on camera I can never take back, like when I told you I'd put your things on the curb. That was me at my absolute worst, and you didn't deserve even a second of it." His voice cracks as he continues. I blamed you for everything, the catfishing, the distance, the problems in the family. But the truth is, I checked out long before that. I stopped trying. I stopped seeing you. Pride and resentment turned me into someone I barely recognize. And melting your ring, God, Mary, that was the lowest thing I've ever done to another human being. I'm ashamed. Mary, who has spent the past 3 seasons rebuilding her life, launching Liz's heritage line, starting a thriving women's community, even dipping into dating, sits quietly at first, tears streaming. When she finally speaks, her words are calm, but piercing. I needed to hear this years ago, Cody, she says. For a decade, I begged you to see me, to fight for me the way you fought for everyone else. You told the world I was nothing to you. Do you know what that does to a person's soul? But I'm not the woman who sat on that couch crying in season 17. I've done the work. I've forgiven myself. And today, I forgive you too. Not because you deserve it yet, but because I deserve peace. The most gut-wrenching moment comes when Cody opens up about their only child, Leon, 30, who came out as transgender in 2022 and has since cut off contact. I lost Leon because I didn't know how to love them through their truth, Cody admits. I was so wrapped up in my own idea of what a father should be that I pushed my child away. That's on me, Mary. The biggest failure of my life? For the first time in years, Mary reaches across the table and places her hand on his. Leon will come back when they're ready, she says softly. But they need to see change, not just hear words. The conversation ends with no promises of friendship, but with a mutual understanding that their spiritual marriage is truly over, and both are finally free. Later, Cody reflects to the camera. I came expecting anger. I got grace. Mary just gave me a gift I'll never be able to repay. Fans exploded online. The hashtag Cody finally apologized trended worldwide within minutes, generating over 180,000 posts and a live discussion thread hitting 12,000 comments. Many called it the most authentic moment in 20 seasons, while some remained skeptical, wondering if it was too little, too late. Mary herself shared a quiet Instagram message hours after the episode aired. Closure isn't always loud. Sometimes it's just 2 people finally telling the truth. Chapter closed. Onward. With season 20 wrapped, TLC has already greenlit season 21, focusing on the ex-wives' individual journeys and the next generation of Browns. Whether Cody's apology signaled genuine change or simply the end of an era, one thing is clear. After 15 years of watching this family's struggles unfold on television, viewers finally saw the patriarch look in the mirror and not look away. Cody's apology tour began with a stunning confession to Janelle. In a raw, revealing moment on the December 7th, 2025 episode in North Carolina, Cody, 56, met face-to-face with his ex-wife Janelle, also 56. What started as an awkward reunion quickly turned into his most shocking self-reflection yet, as he admitted he'd been nothing short of a bastard during their tumultuous breakup and the family's collapse. The episode titled, The Apology Tour Begins, kicks off the first leg of Cody's 3-part journey to make amends with his ex-wives, Janelle, Christine, and Mary Brown. After years of blame shifting, heated arguments, and strained relationships with many of their 18 children, Cody first pitched the idea to his remaining wife, Robyn, 47, in the November 30th episode. He admitted, "These apologies are an obligation to my conscience. I don't know if we'll get healing out of it. I can hope we would. The thing I'm feeling is kind of like I've got a pilgrimage to make." Cody chose Janelle as his starting point because, as he explained in a confessional, she was the one he felt safest approaching first, someone he could begin offering that olive branch to. Their meeting took place at a casual outdoor cafe. Small talk about Janelle's life post-separation, her thriving essential oils business, and her close bond with daughter Madison quickly gave way to Cody's prepared list of regrets. "I just wanted to come and say that I apologize," Cody began, his voice steady but his eyes looking down. "I want to kind of go backwards. I want to apologize for just being so angry and so bitter over the family breakup. Nobody deserved to have me be that angry." Then he dropped the bombshell. "I've been a bastard, Janelle. I really have." Janelle, who announced her separation in November 2022 after nearly 30 years of spiritual marriage, was visibly stunned. The couple shares 6 children: Logan, 31, Madison, 27, Gabriel, 25, Garrison, who tragically died by suicide in March 2024 at age 25, and Savannah, 19. In a confessional, Janelle admitted her hesitation to meet him. "I was curious, but also wary. We've had so much conflict," she said, later reflecting on the early days of their plural marriage. "There were things that happened, especially that first year or two, that I kind of wish he would have stood up for me, as much as he maybe took the other position." Despite the raw honesty, Janelle responded with grace. "I appreciate you coming. It's good to hear," she said, tearing up when Cody acknowledged the special times they'd shared. "If I'd been apathetic, it would have meant you weren't important," she added. Cody's apologies went deeper, touching on long-standing regrets that Robyn had echoed earlier in the season during therapy. He expressed remorse for how the COVID-19 lockdowns fractured family connections, for showing favoritism toward Robyn's children, and for the shocking claim earlier in season 20 that he never really loved his exes. "I feel like we've needed an olive branch, the entire family," Cody admitted, hinting at his broader regrets, including strained relationships with his kids. Madison, for instance, revealed in a September 2025 episode that she hadn't told Cody about her 4th pregnancy, citing his absence since her first child 3 years prior. The encounter ended on a surprisingly positive note. Cody told the cameras, "I felt like she made it easy to do this apology. I'm grateful for her graciousness." In her own interview, Janelle described the new Cody as unrecognizable and added, "This feels like closure, but also a fresh start for me." Teasers for the upcoming episode show the tour heating up, a 2-night sit-down with Christine, 52, and her husband David Woolley in Nevada on December 14th and 21st, where Cody even jokes about David potentially wanting to punch him, and a finale with Mary, 54, in Utah on December 28th. Fans are split online. Some Reddit threads exploded with speculation about whether Cody's tour is genuine or a scripted storyline, questioning if financial motivations tied to the family's $2 million Arizona home are involved. Others praised his vulnerability, saying it's finally a moment of accountability. A YouTube recap titled "Cody's Apology Tour Explodes" quickly racked up thousands of views, dissecting Janelle's emotional breakdown and Robyn's off-camera reactions. As Sister Wives continues to dig into the Browns' fractured legacy, Cody's tour raises the big question: is this genuine redemption, or just scripted drama to boost ratings? One thing is undeniable. After 20 seasons of polygamous highs and lows, the patriarch's shocking confessions are forcing everyone, on screen and off, to confront the past. Tune in Sundays at 10:00 p.m. Eastern on TLC for more. Behind the scenes, new revelations have surfaced about Cody's strained relationships with his children. Sources close to the production reveal that Cody, 56, has admitted to being almost completely out of touch with the majority of his 18 kids amid the ongoing fallout from the family's unraveling. The episodes of Season 20 highlight the deep rifts formed after his divorces from Mary, Janelle, and Christine, leaving only his 3 eldest children with current wife Robyn Dayton, 25, Aurora, 23, and Brianna, 21, as consistent points of contact. An insider, speaking to Reality TV Digest under the condition of anonymity, explained that Cody's strict COVID-19 lockdown rules in 2020 became a major breaking point. He enforced ultra-rigid protocols, cutting visits with older kids cold turkey while continuing to see Robyn's family. Sons like Garrison and Gabriel pushed back hard, calling him out for hypocrisy. That resentment snowballed into full estrangement, and tragically, Garrison's suicide in March 2024 intensified the pain. Cody reportedly attended the funeral but kept his involvement minimal afterward. In confessional footage from the November 23rd, 2025 episode, Cody paints a picture of a father trying everything. "I've reached out to every one of my children multiple times," he tearfully tells Robyn. "If they don't have a relationship with me, it's because they're not reciprocating. The doors are always open, but I can't beg." He even floated the idea of professional counseling to bridge the gap, adding, "The knife of the father is never out of the heart of his children." The insider, however, disputes this narrative, saying the distance is largely Cody's doing. He's focused on loyalty, seeing his children siding with their moms during divorces as betrayal. In reality, years of favoritism toward Robyn's family fueled the estrangement. Social media activity supports this. Cody follows only 8 of his adult children on Instagram: Hunter, Payon, Isabel, Logan, Aurora, Michael T., Brianna, and Savannah, further fueling speculation of selective engagement. The children themselves have spoken publicly, though rarely. Leon Brown, 30, Mary's only child and one of the most estranged, broke a social media hiatus in late November 2025 to blast Cody as a liar and a joke of a father. On Instagram stories, he wrote, "There's a ridiculous video of my father circulating where he says he reaches out to his children. He has not reached out to me once since Garrison's death." Christine's son echoed this in a TikTok live back in September 2025, revealing that Cody tried to insert clauses into production contracts barring negative comments about him, controlling behavior that only deepened the rift. Janelle's children have arguably been hit hardest. Madison Brush, 28, confessed in a September 2025 episode that she's still processing the sins of my father, noting Cody's absence since her first child's birth over 3 years ago. She didn't even inform him of her most recent pregnancy, telling Janelle, instead, "He hasn't shown interest, so why should I?" That's how Gabriel, and tragically the late Garrison, expressed their frustrations with Cody over his loyalty demands. In an October 2024 confessional, Gabriel recalled, "He kept phrasing it like I owed him an apology for not following his rules." Christine's side tells a similar story of fading connections. Michael T., Padron, once a peacemaker in the family, relocated to North Carolina in 2024 without a proper goodbye. Reflecting on it later, he said, "We were just sad. We couldn't see Cody and Robyn before moving. The whole thing's been sad." Isabel and Truly, both dealing with health struggles worsened by family stress, have reportedly gone completely silent. Robyn, often blamed by the ex-wives and children for the divide, pushed back during the November 23rd episode, suggesting that hurt feelings and misunderstandings from the exes influenced the family dynamic. "There's some influencing that's been happening," she told Cody, who nodded along. Janelle, however, fired back in a confessional, "I wish I had that much influence on my adult children. Things would be really different." Christine agreed, emphasizing, "Apologies are nice, but actions matter." Cody's regrets even surfaced publicly during his stint on Special Forces, World's Toughest Test in fall 2025, where he broke down over his failures as a father. "I should have had a stronger relationship with my children," he admitted. "All my children had a great relationship with me until the divorces. The children were the victims." Yet, insiders reveal little follow-through. Cody talks about therapy but hasn't booked a session. Meanwhile, the kids are healing without him. Janelle and Christine's families gather often, but Cody isn't invited. On platforms like Reddit, fans are divided, with some questioning whether Season 20's apology tour is genuine or more show than substance. One thread, titled "Cody Brown Has Lost His Mind," racked up hundreds of comments calling for intervention, all while Cody and Robyn settle into their $2 million Arizona home. The lingering question remains, can the once united Brown clan ever rebuild? Or is this the final fracture? Amid all this, Janelle Brown, 56, has publicly shared a more hopeful chapter. In an emotional Instagram post that's resonating with fans and fellow cast members, she opened up about embracing a new phase in her life after the betrayals that dismantled her 30-year spiritual marriage to Cody and the heartbreaking loss of her son Garrison. Filmed against the serene backdrop of her North Carolina home, Janelle's voice trembles with vulnerability. There comes a moment when you realize the story you've been telling yourself isn't serving you anymore, she says, eyes welling up. It's like waking up from a long dream. For me, that dream was the plural family, the endless striving, the betrayals that chipped away at my heart. Cody's anger, the favoritism, the way our family fractured, it's all part of the old chapter. But now I'm writing a new one. Her post came just one day after announcing Second Chapter Coaching, a life coaching service aimed at helping others rediscover their authentic selves. Not to turn anyone into a different version of themselves, but to help them come back to the one they've been missing, she captioned, sharing testimonials from clients navigating divorce, grief, and self-doubt, reflecting her own journey. The timing of Janelle's post feels almost serendipitous, especially after the December 7th episode, which featured Cody's in-person apology at a North Carolina café. Tearfully, he owned up to his bitterness and the ways he had fallen short during the family's collapse. I was angry, Janelle. Nobody deserved that from me, he admitted, a moment that left viewers stunned and Janelle reflective in her confessional. For her, it felt like closure, but also a door opening to something new. The betrayals Janelle refers to run deep. Fans have watched Cody's growing favoritism toward his fourth wife, Robyn, erode the plural dynamic, culminating in his infamous season 20 claim that he never truly loved his first 3 wives, a statement he later walked back, acknowledging it was born of pain. For Janelle, who shares 6 children with Cody, including the late Garrison, who tragically died by suicide in March 2024 at 25, the wounds were compounded by estrangement from her adult kids and the financial fallout surrounding their shared Arizona property, Coyote Pass. I lost my son, my marriage, and pieces of myself, she confesses in her video. But grief, she reminds viewers, isn't the end. It can be the fertilizer for growth. Janelle's new chapter isn't just talk. It's action. She's thriving in her essential oils business with Young Living and has been spotted hiking the Blue Ridge Mountains with her daughter Madison, 28, who recently announced she's expecting her 4th child, news Janelle kept from Cody due to his inconsistent involvement, as she shared in a confessional on the November 17th episode. When it comes to romance, Janelle is firm. I'm not looking for love right now. This is my time to heal and build. Yet she leaves the door slightly ajar for reconciliation with Cody. In an interview with Parade, she said, "Apologies are a start, but trust is earned. If he shows up as the man I married, who knows?" Fans flooded the comments with support. One wrote, "Janelle, you're a warrior." Another praised her transformation. After watching Cody's mess of an apology tour, this feels like real healing. Team Janelle. Threads like Janelle's new chapter, From Betrayal to Boss Mode, exploded online, receiving over 500 upvotes and celebrating her resilience amid ongoing family fractures. This isn't Janelle's first pivot. She moved east for a fresh start, as teased in a June 2025 TLC clip showing her touring a cozy cabin at 39. Meanwhile, Cody's tour continues. Next up, Christine Brown Woolley and her husband David in Nevada on December 14th. Janelle's words serve as a beacon for her ex-sister wives. Christine, who recently penned her memoir Sister Wife, a memoir of faith, family, and finding freedom, told USA Today about leaving polygamy. "It was brain damage for years, but now I'm free." Mary Brown, 54, grappling with her own betrayals, like Cody melting down their wedding ring for Robyn, has also been vocal about trust issues. She described dating after the catfishing and Cody's lies as feeling like walking a tightrope. As Sister Wives heads toward its December 28th finale with Cody's Utah meetup with Mary, Janelle's confession feels like a mic drop. She concludes with a message that resonates far beyond the show. If you've been carrying a story that no longer fits, this is your sign. Start the next chapter. With ratings soaring and spin-offs rumored, the Brown saga of betrayal, healing, and rebirth shows no signs of slowing. Catch new episodes Sundays at 10:00 p.m. Eastern on TLC.